Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about lightening your underarms and how I managed to lighten my underarms. Now, I know growing up I was always very self-conscious about my underarms. They were quite dark and I used to have very thick, coarse, dark hair under them. And I spent many years wearing long sleeve shirts because I was very self-conscious and very aware that they were dark and I wouldn't want to lift my arms up. And I'm sure many of you suffer from the same problems. It does make you insecure and self-conscious about your underarms if they are darker. I especially know that Asian people, African people, Afro-Caribbean people, they do have the same problem as I did, and I'm going to show you how I've managed to, over the years, lighten my underarms with a few different things that I've done. Things that I've tried, and it's really helped and worked with my underarms. The years and years of shaving and waxing that I did obviously didn't help with my underarms because it just made them a lot worse and just darkened the skin, and it just never had time to sort of recover and heal to lighten. So I'm going to show you how here's a few tips and tricks really that you can try. Now, the first one I'd suggest is brushing and scrubbing. Always in the shower, whether it be with a scrub in the shower or with a brush when you've come out the shower, always give your underarms a really good scrub, because that will help just exfoliate the skin, take away the dead skin cells, but also will help with ingrown hairs. Because I know when I was about 14 years old, I had a little spot in my underarm, and I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, what is that? So I picked it, and there was a hair about this long that came out of it. And I was like, that was the first time I'd actually seen one of my ingrown hairs, and I thought, wow, I need to make sure that doesn't happen again. So scrubbing really does help with that, but also it helps lighten the skin because it's taking away all the dead skin cells and and bringing new skin to the surface. Another thing, this tip was given to me by a beautician many years ago, about 10 years ago. She was waxing my underarms and she said to me, don't use deodorant spray on your underarms because it can burn the skin. I'm not sure about the science behind that, but that's what she told me, and I just believed her. I was like, she must know what she's talking about. So now I use roll-on, and I have been doing for many years. I will just use roll-on on my underarms when I come out the shower and not put any sprays or aerosols in them to help sort of, and make sure that I don't burn the skin under there. Another thing, I have a tip that I sort of have learnt along the way, and something that you guys might already do, so if you do, just ignore me, but sun cream. Sun lotion, you always need to apply sun lotion, especially when you're in the hot weather, and because obviously our skin, when it is in the heat, it does burn or tan or get darker. So if you're going on holiday, or if you live in a hot climate already and there is sun, we tend to put sun cream all over our bodies and make sure we're protected everywhere, and we miss out our underarms. So make sure that you coat your underarms, because obviously if they are exposed to the sun, and generally they're not, because we keep our arms, like, we don't walk around like that, but we walk around like that. But if they are exposed to the sun, you want to protect them and you don't want them to get any darker than they already are. So make sure you put that suntan lotion on them to help with protection under there as well, to stop them sort of darkening any more. Now, one of the main reasons that my underarms have gone from being dark to sort of being as light as they are now has been due to me having IPL laser treatment. Now, I know IPL laser treatment is not accessible for everybody, but I really thought it was worth it for me to have, because I did have very thick, coarse hair. It was quite traumatic every month or so having them waxed, because it was painful, and also when I would remove the hair, whether it be waxing or shaving, it would come back very quickly. So I would shave in the morning, by the evening the hair was already back, and it made me feel always very kind of self-conscious. They were dark and the hair was thick, and it was not nice, especially when you're on holiday and you're in a bikini or whatever, you know, you're just around sort of, you know, having your arms out and show all the time, your underarms. So I felt like IPL was definitely, you know, an option that would help solve that problem. So with the IPL, I've been having treatments for about a year now. I've had about 8 treatments, and you have a treatment sort of every 6 to 8 weeks. It takes about a year and a half. And with the IPL, it's not only just got rid of all of the hairs. Now I get just a few fine hairs, which really is manageable, and I don't really need to shave or anything anymore. And I do have a little bit of scarring in there, which was from a previous very bad wax job. Actually, I have it in both underarms. As you can see, it was where the wax was pulled off in the wrong direction and it damaged the skin, and you know, it has faded over the time that I've been having the IPL treatment, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer, and with the scrubbing and everything that I do, it's kind of fading and fading, but it's going to take a little bit more time and care and effort to fade it totally. But as you can see, my underarms are quite light now. There's not such a difference between my arm and my underarm, which before there really was. There was this whole area was a lot darker than my actual arm, and you could really see that, you know, there was a total difference in colour. But now they're pretty much the same sort of colour. And I think the IPLs really help that, because where I don't have to shave anymore as regularly. I mean, I would shave maybe 2 or 3 days before my treatment, just because that's how you have the treatment. And then with the few hairs that I would get, they would do the treatment over that and remove them. And by having the treatment, really, it's just changed my whole routine now, because I don't need to shave or wax anymore. The skin's lightened, you know, a lot more in the sort of the last year than it had previously. So I'm going to continue to do all the steps that I've shown you, because I don't want them to darken again. I want to maintain the light colour that they've gone now. And also, just by doing these steps, I think that the ingrown hairs have, like, you know, totally minimised. Now obviously now there is no hair really, so that's not going to be a problem anymore. But all in all, I think the money was well spent with the IPL, because I do feel a lot more confident, and anything that makes you feel a bit more confident, I think it's worth it. And it really has helped me feel a lot nicer wearing, you know, sleeveless shirts, and a lot more confident in everyday life. So I hope that you've enjoyed my tips on how to lighten your underarms. Guys, try them. You know, if you are self-conscious about your underarms and you don't like them being dark, give these tips a go and see, you know, hopefully you guys will get the results that I've got to help you, and you know, and you won't feel so self-conscious about your underarms. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, please do post below or give me a shout, and I'm sure I'll get back to you. Otherwise, take care, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye bye.